Chapter 5 of Practical Instruction for Detectives. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. This has been read by Roslyn Carlyle. Practical Instruction for Detectives by Emerson W. Manning. Chapter 5 Confessions. As in other criminal cases when confessions are obtained from forgers, it is a good plan to take the same in writing in the presence of reliable witnesses, and to have the confessions signed by the criminal. However, great care must be exercised when taking a statement or confession from a criminal, and even though the statement or confession is given voluntarily and willingly by the criminal, it should be embodied in the statement in writing that the same is so given, that it is given without any threats or coercion having been made or resorted to, and that it is given without promise of reward or compensation. Such a statement should also show that it has been explained to the person before signing it, that he or she understands that the same may be used against him or her later. For the average case, I would suggest a statement worded about as follows, or in accordance with the kind of case it is to apply to. I, Joan Doe, wish to state that on June the 30th, 1914, I entered the First National Bank and obtained $50 exactly in cash upon a cheque which I knew to be a forgery, and to which cheque I signed the name of John Smith without Mr. Smith's permission or authorization, and which cheque I represented to the bank as having been signed by John Smith. I was arrested today by Detective John Brown, who has not threatened nor coerced me in any way. Neither have I been promised any reward, compensation, or leniency for making this statement, and I understand this statement may be used against me. Having persons make affidavit to statements of this nature does not strengthen them in any way, since the law permits persons to repudiate affidavits without constituting perjury, so long as the affidavit or statement has not been given in any judicial proceeding. In connection with the investigation of forgery cases, I might add that it is a good plan to have the person whose signature was forged make an affidavit that the cheque or other paper repudiated by him was not signed by him and not authorized by him. I once had a case of forgery wherein it was neglected to do this. When the offender was arrested, he proved to be a close friend of the man whose signature was forged. Then, to save his friend from prosecution, the man went to the bank and stated that the cheque which he had at first repudiated was his own signed cheque. End of Chapter 5.